Alright, well shoot, here we go. First video from Not Skunked Fishing. Most of the videos you guys seen I've been like on TikTok, Instagram, do montage style, record our catches, and then we tag, who we catch with. My name's Andrew, by the way, one of the founders of Not Skunked Fishing, homeboy Adolfo. Me and him collabed together and we started this group. And as of right now, it's only 3 members, keeping it small. It's me, homie Adolfo, and then the homie Damien. We love to catch fish. Right now it's trout season, so catching a trout is super fun. I have a good time. Homie Adolfo has a good time, and same with the homie Damien. And we're not pros or nothing, but at the same time, we don't mind sharing the knowledge on how we catch the trout. Still learning and not afraid to share the knowledge. So I'm your rookie angler. I've been only fishing down here for a year, but before that, probably like in my early teens, man, I was over there in Big Pine fishing the creeks up there. Always been real like an outdoors person. Always camped with my family and stuff like that. Especially when I started having daughters, started camping with them. Started, real simple with the rigs. Up there it was Shakespeare rods, split shot, making live crickets, fish the stream, and we used to do really well up there. But yeah, like I said, early teens, and my dad came up to me one day and it was like, his partner from work was like, hey, there's a spot up in the Eastern Sierras, we should check it out. So he tells me about it and I said, yeah, let's go. And like I said, we've been outdoorsy, we always camped, so we figured out we'll go make a camping trip out there and drive into town, Big Pine, and we went to the local taco shop. And the lady we ran into in the taco shop, her name was Ziggy. Never forget her. She looked like the lady from the Goonies. Was the mean old lady? She had a crooked eye. She was kind of funky looking, but we had asked her, where's the fishing at? And she said, all around here. Eastern Sierras was really good fishing. So it's the summer. She says fishing's good. And we asked, what do they fish? What do the fish eat up here? And she said, live crickets and salmon eggs. And first thing that went through my head is, I remember just like live crickets, and there was a box full of like crickets they were breeding up in the shop, and grabbed a couple dozen, grabbed some salmon eggs, earthworms, kind of kept it simple, fish natural, like real natural. But yeah, we get up into camp, we saw all 3 camps up there. There's one way in, one way out. So our go-to camp up there, and still to this day, is Upper Sage Flats. And got there and got our crickets, salmon eggs, rigged it all up. Going to a nice little steady pool up in the streams and tossed the line in, and it was just like Bink City. We were slamming them out left and right. It was fun, good time. And then it was, beautiful country out there. I remember being there as a kid, like little kid, go to Convict Lake with my grandma and grandpa and my mom and dad and my brothers. But I never fished, I was too little. So watch my dad and my grandpa fish. And, being up there, later down the road, we strolled through Convict Lake, check out the hatcheries out there, the hot springs, just kind of reminiscing. And it was fun, man. Go back into, Big Pine, down the hill, go shooting. And so we made it a tradition. We'd go like every year. And every year we were always going with different people. Started inviting our friends, different relatives. And got steady for a while, kept going, and then I don't know, life happens, man. I had 2 daughters, and along with my 2 daughters, I had 2 stepboys that I was help raising too. And stopped going for a little while, and then all of a sudden we started going back, and it was fun. Like, we used to go with, like, last time we went before the COVID, that quarantine. It was a big group of us, and everybody was catching fish. It was fun. There's at least over 10 people of us. I had reserved a group spot up there, and it was fun. Good time. Yeah, so then there was another big pause in the time we were going. So it was like a good 6 years. You know, COVID happened. That was horrible, man. Horrible time. Go kind of put a break on us, put a break on our tradition, and didn't go for a good 6 years. This last summer was the first time I've gone back, and like I said, about 6 years. But yeah, it was funny. A little before, well, actually a little bit after the quarantine. You know, at work, and they did some hiring, and I met one of my buddies from work. His name's Angel. They have a group. He has a group called Chasing Tail, and he would post on his social medias. Man, he was out there fishing, and I remember hearing him catching. At one time, it was like a 10 plus fish sesh. Man, I was like, oh man, that looked like fun. It's like, you know, I have never done it down here, so I said, screw it, let me try it out. Tried it out. Me and my best friend's dad, call him Pops, get out there. We went up to Fisherman's Retreat, and you know, I just brought the rigs that I knew from the streams, live crickets, split shot, and threw a bobber down. You know, keep the bait up on the water column. Go to Fisherman's Retreat, caught one silly fish. My pop skunked, but whatever. But I remember going back to Fisherman's Retreat because I didn't have a fishing license. In that place, you can go fish and don't need a fishing license. And it's freaking throwing around this stupid bobber with a live cricket. I skunked that day. But some guy come up to me and he was like, let me see your rig. He looked at my rig, and it was two of them. He asked if I mind if he can mess with my rig. I was like, yeah, go for it. I'm catching anything anyways. So he rigged me up, and he tells me about this thing called the Carolina rig. Never really heard of it. Like I said, I've only been in the stream, and what we worked with, it worked. So he rigs me up, and he's, you know, running out of time. So again, frustrated, keep going back to this damn place. Keep skunking and skunking and skunking and skunking. Yeah, so I got tired of my little Shakespeare Rod. I just lost hope in it. So I did like a little minor upgrade. Went to Bass Pro Shops, got me an ugly stick. And I don't know, I started watching videos. So one of the guys I first started watching was Addicted Fishing. But I'm running the rigs that he's running for the big doggies. Coming back, you know, with confidence. Back to Fisherman's. That was the spot I always went to. And, you know, still skunking, man. Fish can see the line. I'm running like 6-8 pound tests. Freaking still frustrated. So I ended up going to Rancho Jurupa. Ended up getting a fishing license. And I was going to Rancho Jurupa. Remember doing in between, I was doing little sessions with my boy Adolfo. But, you know, I never really asked him. Tried to figure it out by myself. So I was stubborn to ask for help. So I wanted to catch fish because of me. Stubbornness can kill you, man. And definitely won't kill the skunk. And I was, you know, always going out to the water. And I would come back and people go, how'd you do? And my reply was always that I skunked. So for a time period, I was jamming out to the waters, but I wanted to tell nobody. I was embarrassed. Every time I went out there, it was, you know, had to deal with that devastating skunk, constant. And so there's one day we're out there fishing, and it's me and boy Adolfo, and you know, he's binking them out. Again, I'm not asking for any help. I had seen this one guy came up to me and he asked if I wanted to fish, but I turned it down because, like I said, my stubbornness. I was like, nah, I'm gonna bring home my own fish. So I remember seeing this kid. He was just freaking dinking them out. Did a good job out there. So I get home, back to the drawing board, back on YouTube. So doing my research, and it's like a few days later, I see this post, and everybody probably knows who this user is. Mike is going. He pops up, how to kill Rancho Harupa. Watched the video, and I was like, holy crap, that was that YouTuber that was there. So I started followed him, and then all of a sudden it was Sea Spinker started popping up. Started following him too, and I was just going back and forth, learned the drop shot rig, learned the Carolina rig, fine-tuned it, and so it just opened up a can of worms. Now I'm freaking iAngler's popping up on Micah's going, so I'm watching iAngler, Golden State. Started watching them. Back to Sea Spinker. Crappy Day was a big help to me, man. He was always out at Fairmont, and I was like, shoot. And he would go, with his daughter and his family. His whole family was catching fish. And I was like, you know what? Me and my daughters go out there, learn the rigs, simplified it down to, I gotta start small. So I figured if I could catch the small fish first, then I'll work my way up to the bigger fish. So definitely big ups to Crappy Day. So now I'm like catching fish. I remember my first trout hookup down here was at Fisherman's, and I was like, yes, finally. Because I've already caught in the bluegills, sunfish, and got first trout hookup down here at Fisherman's, and I was like, all right, man, it's go time. Started, not only YouTube was helping, but I had to get further into it, to research. So I started walking around the waters, and I was always making conversation with people, what they use to catch, their rigs, setups, everything. And I still do it to this day. But all my catches were bait and weight. I did bait and weight, and I did the drop shot. Like I said, my go-to rig. And I don't know, I started seeing people jigging them out. Like I said, I was like watching a bunch of videos, and I seen people with the mini jigs. I had seen Crappy Day, my buddy Angel from work. They were going to this dude over here in North San Bernardino. It was ultralight heavyweights. The owner's name was George. So I was constantly going in there, and I still do. It's like my go-to guy. Going in there, buy my mini jigs, and he was always, willing to help me with learning. I wanted to learn, so he started teaching me, telling me about waters, where to fish, how to fish them, colors to use, and there was a lot of stuff to take in at first, man. Because like I said, that dude was like he's a Wikipedia when it comes to fishing, knows what's up. But I was scared to use them. I don't know why. I didn't know how to, put the deadhead into the jigs, and I just go to Walmart one day and buy an atomic tube. Go to Hesperia, got my first jig bite, first jig hookup, and that was it. It was on. Now I'm catching with 2 poles, bait and weight. Now the mini jigs too. So going out to different waters, started going to Gregory. I got my first limit out there, but it wasn't off the jigging. It was still on the bait and weight. Still had to finesse and fine tune the jigging. Again, back on YouTube. Finally started, jigging was becoming second nature now. So, I just go to these waters, and I started seeing like different bait makers, different, their squads rolling up deep, and it looked cool, man. It was cool. These guys were all suited up together, and I thought it was awesome. Time goes down the road. And I remember thinking, man, I should start up a fishing group, something goofy. At the same time, my boy Adolfo comes up to me and he's like, hey, we should start something. It's like we read each other's mind. So he tells me, think of a name, think of a logo, dude. I'm down with it, man. All right. So sit there thinking, and I figured it had to be something with the skunk, because the skunk was, I mean, we all still get skunk from time to time, but it wasn't happening, not often at least. So I sat there and thought and go to the water and not skunked. There we go, not skunk fishing. Here we are now. Just a few anglers, man, just out in the waters having a good time, sharing our catches, and then buying from you guys, different bait makers, different companies. We all have our go-tos, and I still have my go-tos. You guys just know who it is. But I always stay loyal to it, man, because, you always got to remember where you came from. Always got to give love to the person that helped you out, or to the people. But yeah, I buy from different people. Same with my guys, they buy from different people. And it's just about freaking the support in the fishing community. That's what it comes down to. With my buddy JD and his dad, I met his dad Jesse over there at Jenks Lake, and super cool people, man. They finessed my skill set by a lot. Those dudes play around with the spoons, very freaking good with the spoons. Asking JD to join up on the group, I gave him this little long speech, he couldn't tell you. But he was more than excited to, join up with Not Skunk Fishing. And I told Adolfo, and we shared water together one time, and it was fun. Good time. But yeah. So if you ever wonder what's Not Skunk Fishing, this is what it is. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace. Like and subscribe, please. Thank you.
Chunks in this fucking. That's that spoon you gave me,
Make it roll. Make it roll.